Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another off-schedule episode of Super Cast Brothers, the only Smash Brothers podcast where you can find the two of us dicking around for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere in that vein. Thankfully, not a 5 hour or 11 hour one today. That was Roster
7
Redux.
hours.
We're not doing that right now. Maybe in 3 years. If I can
Maybe
convince
next year.
Jonno in three
Maybe
years
when
and
after
he's
this.
forgotten how hell it was.
Oh no, it sucked. it was unenjoyable by the
I
end.
I enjoyed it. What I didn't enjoy was just the repeated back and forth on the same topics again and again.
Oh yeah.
And then
Artificial
when some
intelligence always.
episodes had to be recorded in like 3 or 4 sessions and ended up 11
Oh yeah.
hours, that was the exhausting part.
Oh yeah. I'm happy we finished the project. I'm also very happy we're not doing it again right now.
Right now, I'm working
Yeah,
on him, guys. I'm working on him.
I know you're gonna twist and turn me and
Listen, what I will
very
say, if we do it again in sometime in the next few years, if we did it again, it would be smaller because it would either be Sony or it'd be Microsoft, which means there's a lot less consoles to deal with.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to get him, guys. I'm not bringing up Sega. That's more again. Let's do
Atari.
Atari. I was gonna damn it. Atari's gonna have Pitfall Harry and the Pong Paddle, and that's it.
And, an asteroid.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, yeah. An
Oh, the thing from
asteroid.
Joust. There you
Oh yes. Actually,
go.
I did. Hold on, hold on.
Centipede.
I need my ideas document so I can write down Jouster's trophy. This is actually something I wanted to do years ago, and I just apparently never wrote it down. Oh, I'm doing that for the moment.
Yeah.
But while I do this, and I can introduce to the episode. So remember last year when we were just like, hey, what if we made a Smashtopia episode? But we did it live, as in we're not presenting things, we're literally doing the research and picking up the moves and shit on the podcast. Do you remember that? It was a while ago.
I have a vague recollection of such a thing occurring.
Good, 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 good. We're doing that again.
Oh,
Yeah, I
is
know I
Tucson
told
here?
you that this was a birthday celebration episode for you. I lied.
That's okay. I already felt the love in my heart from my group of friends and family who shared their appreciation for me on my birthday.
I'm glad somebody appreciates you.
Thank you. And thank you for also appreciating me.
Oh, is that what I did?
Yes.
I just posted a picture of a garden gnome. That's all I did.
In your own way, acknowledging my past with gnomes.
Yeah,
You've proven that you know me.
I know you.
That was dumb as hell.
Ah, got him. Let's go. Jesus Christ. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So, yeah, we're doing this again. Last season, we were just like, hey, Pokemon would be a really easy thing to do with this. Bulbapedia and Cerebi are both very easy websites to research and have all great details on all of the Pokemon in existence. And we thought, hey, yeah, let's do that. We discussed if we wanted to do Pokemon again or see if it was possible to do like another franchise that would be really easy to research. And after discussion, we decided to just do Pokemon again because there's 1,000 of these fuckers, and it just works out easier that way. If we were gonna do another franchise like Punch Out, would rather just pick the character.
Yeah, it's an easy way to acknowledge Pokemon, and it makes things fun too. So we're not necessarily doing the latest thing all the time.
Yeah, we don't have to think. We don't have to worry about picking the perfect Pokemon to make a move set for every couple of seasons. Which is like, all right, that's hell. Chris was 1,000 of the fuckers, and me being me, I'd want to have some kind of balance to who we're choosing. Like the fact that
Yeah,
we did two poison types with Gengar and Toxtricity, I was like, ooh, Hmm. If we do a third one, we're not doing a poison type.
Right. Yeah, and then last year we did Tandemouse and Palafin.
We sure
So I
did.
mean,
We sure did. We went into the episode planning to just do one, and we had two different wheels of Gen 9, specifically Gen 9 Pokemon. We both had a wheel that we randomly spun, and the end result ended up being what Pokemon we made a moveset for. I don't remember which one was first, but when we were
Mhm.
finished, we were just like, oh, that took like an hour? Fuck. I guess we do a second one, and
Yep.
we spun the wheel again. This
Yep.
time, because we know that we will most likely have time for two Pokemon, we set the theme of looking at specific types. And we picked two Pokemon types that one has no representation in Smash currently, and two, we have not already made, well, for the most part, we have not made movesets for already on the Smashtopia wiki. But when I say for the most part, Jonno has made a Pokemon of one of these two types on the wiki at one point. I have not. But it's still a type that I think there's still room for cool things for, and Smash should use. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Agreed.
Namely,
Agreed.
these two types are Bug type Pokemon and Ice type Pokemon. And we decided to go with Bug types first. So I've got a wheel here that we'll be spinning. It's got 5 Bug types from me, 5 Bug types from Jono. And last time we did it where we spun the wheel a bunch of times. Each time we spun the wheel, the Pokemon got removed, and it was whichever bug was the last, or whichever Pokemon was the last one left. That's who we made a move step for. So it was, we had a bit of a, oh man, oh no, my favorites. Oh, okay, good. I'm okay with that one being gone. I think we do that again, Jono.
Yes. Let it be. Let it be so.
All right. Well, before we bring up the wheel, Jono, do we want to just run down who our picks were?
Yes. Let us do it.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and hit us first with your 5 bug types that you picked out?
Right on. I pull up that list. Here we
Yours at the
go.
bottom group.
Yep. My bug type picks are a true classic, Beedrill. That thing, Galvantula. A fan favorite, Heracross. The untouchable Ninjask. And Spider-Man. Spidops.
If I knew you were going to say Spider-Man, I would have had an image prepared, but I didn't.
No.
Ah, well. And then as for me, my 5 bug types, I've got a bit of a twist on your first one. You said Beedrill. I've got Vespiquen, another B, personal favorite for me. I've also got Cleavor from the Heathweave region. I've got a counterpart to Heracross. We have Pinsir. And then I have a big boy that I happen to be a fan of, Golisopod. And finally, Spider-Man. I mean, Spidops.
Did you have a picture that time?
No, I did not, because I did not plan to do that gag either.
There you go.
Spidops, though, he was on my list for the Gen 9 Pokemon last year. He didn't make the cut. He's got double the odds here this year. Who knows what's gonna happen? He's gonna get knocked out.
I kind of really want it to happen, but at the same time, I'm fully prepared for it to not happen.
If it doesn't
Like, that's
happen,
how
I'm
it
just
goes.
gonna have to make a Spider-Man moveset and be like, all right, here we go. Or just make. If he
You
doesn't
can just
happen
make
today,
Spidops.
I will just make one of the two. I mean, because I could. The reason why I'm saying
What
Spider-Man
if?
because like I could do like my fourth party joke against myself with Spider-Man, but I also didn't even do my fourth party joke this try. I was just not feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the joke's dead.
You know? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You would like it to be.
I don't know. It's an interesting, different kind of exercise. I just was not feeling in the mood for creating a whole new character at the time.
That's true. We can collaborate on a moveset for Flame Zone this year.
No,
Fourth party. We know him now. You've seen him
no.
in person. Know what he can know his special abilities.
There's a difference between making a move set for a non-video game character and making a moveset for a real life person.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different.
I hold the phone. Spider-Man's not real.
And if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do Tony Hawk or Jeff Probst.
Third
That would
place
be
in the
amazing.
Ultimate Tournament.
I could do a
Jeff
Jeff Probst
Probst.
moveset. I know I could. The final
One day.
smash is the easiest thing to think of. It's you're getting your torch snuffed. Done fucking deal.
There you go.
All right. But with that,
Okay.
I do have the wheel up. So let's go ahead and get our spins started.
Let's spin the very
And I apologize for the audio in case people hate it. You gotta be fucking kidding me. The first one knocked out is one of our Spite Ups.
Of course it is.
The second bug knocked out
Interesting.
is not Spite Ups, it's Beedrill.
Okay.
Next one off the list, Pinsir.
Mm-hmm.
Next out is gonna be Vespiquen. Fifth elimination, Gold Ice Spot. We are down to 5. Either Ninjask, Heracross, Galvantula, Spidops, or Cleavor. I know which one I don't want to win. There's one of these that I have a harder time imagining, and it's going to end up winning, like last year with fucking Tandemaus and Palafin. Alright, next one that's out. Oh, no, never mind. I'm good. Ninjask is gone.
No!
That was the only one that was like of all the ones that we have on both our wheels today, it's like that was the only one I was just like, I don't know, guy. I don't know how to make that one work. Next up though is Heracross. We're down to 3. Cleavor, Galvantula, or Spidops.
Two
The
spiders.
next eliminated is a spider. Galvantula's gone. We're either making Cleavor or Spidops. Oh my god. It might be happening. The next spin and the next Pokemon eliminated is Cleavor, which means we're making a Spidops moveset. Yes! Yes! Yes!
It happened! It happened!
The fates were on our side. Spidops. Let's get a moveset made for this Spider-Man motherfucker. Hell,
I am so happy.
yes. I am stoked. I got robbed last year, but here we fucking go. Okay, so, let's... I think we started with attacks before, and then we made the animations. I don't remember. I think we did because like that's how I usually do things. Is I come up, I like when I make a move, I have to make sure that the moves exist first, and then I work to the animations.
Yeah.
With the podcast, we do animations first, typically for our reveals. But
I tend to work in the same way because the crux of the moveset, if you will, is the moveset.
Oh yes.
Unless you're feeling really inspired for a ton, which happens sometimes.
No, I don't have anything in particular. The entrance is obviously going to be a Pokeball of some sort, probably the Nest Ball, I would imagine.
Spidops swings in on a web,
and then does the classic Spider-Man pose.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we got 4 special moves, a final smash, and an extra skill to figure out here.
Mm-hmm. The thing that he's doing in his official artwork could be a ton. I'll just toss it out there right away. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. We have 4 special moves, a final smash, and an extra skill. Okay, let's get to it. Let's see. Having not played Gen 9, is there anything that you've encountered with Spidops? Is there like a move that Spidops is most known for?
I mean, it doesn't have a signature move. I believe I'm pretty sure. It's the strongest move that it can learn by level up is Skitter Smack. But that was introduced in Gen 8 with the I Love Armor, and it's actually a TM 219 in Gen 9. Jesus Christ, there's a fuck ton of TMs now. Skitter Smack does damage and lowers the target's special attack. It doesn't really have a specific animation to it. But looking at, so I don't think there's like anything that's like particularly Spite Ups unless maybe like Smogan has something. I don't know. I don't even know like his Spite Up. Spite Ups is probably not considered good in competitive. I'm just gonna take a guess. It's your early route
Mhm.
bug. Those usually aren't super great. I'm just gonna look real quick because I'm curious. Spite Ops is in the ZU tier. What the fuck is ZU? Zero use. Ah, so the absolute garbage tier. Noted.
Comforting.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Do they have any moves that tend to use Leech Life, U-turn, First Impression, a bunch of utilities? Um, Pretty much it. So I wouldn't really look to Smogan for any
Mhm.
inspiration here. Instead, moves that it can learn. Via level up, we got String Shot, Silk Trap, which is the defensive move for it. Struggle Bug, Assurance, Feint, Bug Bite, Block, Counter, Headbutt, Sticky Web, which I think lowers opponent's speed when they're switching to battle. Gastro Acid, Circle Throw, Throat Chop, and again, Skitter Smack. Breeding wise,
Okay.
it can learn First Impression, Lunge, Memento, and Sucker Punch. And then it's got a group of TMs. The standouts are probably Low Kick, Struggle Bug again, Pounce, interesting, Aerial Ace, Fling, U-turn, Poison Jab, Spikes possibly, Toxic Spikes, Leech Life, X Scissor, Reversal, Bug Buzz, Bug Bite, Electro Web, and Upper Hand. Huh.
Hmm.
And then, like everything
Okay.
in Gen 9, it can learn Terra Blast because terrestrialization, which I need to check what we gave Final Smash Bros. To Tandemaus and Palathin.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm pretty sure Tandemaus got like its exclusive move, and it just summons all the mice and they do a big ol' population bomb attack. Yeah, population bomb. What do we do for Paladin? Hydrokinetic punch. Okay, we made up some bullshit.
hmm
Because Terra Blast is an easy, if we can't come up with anything else, have it terrestrialize and it does a Terra Blast. Easy final smash.
Yeah. Yeah. Terra Web Blast.
I mean,
um. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, it's literally Spider-Man. Like, really, like
yeah.
the things that, yeah.
Why do you
Apparently, a
think I
Spider-Man
wanted
who
to make
sucks.
him?
Yeah, this is awesome. Um, well, with that being said, the Spider-Man of it all, I mean, and the Spider of it all, you would think that it needs at least one web-based special move.
Yeah.
That would be kind of where I would naturally start, I think. And what would that be? Would that be String Shot, since it's the first move it learns that's bug type, it fits, or would it be Sticky Web?
Honestly, I would not be shocked if we did both. I think both would fit really well, especially if we do. I'm not saying that we should make a shameless Spider-Man moveset, but if we did want to make a shameless Spider-Man moveset, String Shot could be either standard special, it's the standard webbing, or it could be side or up where he does a web swing. And then
Mm-hmm.
Sticky Web could be again either like standard webbing on a standard, or it could be a web bomb, like you commonly see in the Spider-Man video games.
Mm-hmm. Which is literally, I'm looking at the screen. It's literally what it is in
Which one? Sticky
Pokemon.
Web?
Yeah, like looking at the animations, like okay.
Uh, Sometimes, not in Gen 9. Gen 9's animation is actually on the
Mhm.
ground. The older
Mm,
games, it's more of a sideways thing. But in the game Sticky Web, yeah, it's an entry hazard. So when the opponent switches in, their speed gets slower because they're on a sticky web. Which means you could also, if you wanted to, use Sticky Web as a trap-based move, place the web on the ground, and then if people run over it, their movement speed gets lowered.
yeah. Couldn't that
Several
also be Silk
angles.
Trap?
If we get inventive with it, because Silk Trap, game wise, is a self defensive move. that protects you from all effects of physical special moves that target it during the turn it's used. Is this a protect? Oh my god, it's a protect.
Oh,
Huh.
interesting.
And the attacker's
Although,
speed status lowered. So if we wanted to, we could do a counter where the effect is, the opponent takes damage and then their speed is lowered.
hmm
If we
yeah,
want to.
okay. Yeah, so in the case like if they hit you, that happens.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's interesting. Or you can pull a Sakurai, be like Robin learned dark magic from Tharja, and be like, oh, Spidops learned how to turn the Silk Trap into an offensive move.
I mean, the Robin thing is there's worse examples that I would pick apart.
Oh yeah, oh
Fucking
yeah.
Christ. I would actually fully believe that happening in universe.
hmm
Spite ups, I mean, there's no reason anime wise, it's confirmed Pokemon can use their moves in different ways than what you would normally see in the game. Pokemon contests, prime
hmm
example. So there's nothing
Oh
saying
yeah.
we can't get creative with how something is used. I'm
hmm
pretty sure we've both already done it with Pokemon movesets we've made in the past.
Yeah.
It's just a question of
Very true.
like if Sticky Web and Silk Trap can both theoretically do the same things, which name do we want to use for which mechanic?
hmm that's a good question. My thought, if we went just full on with it, um, my thought would be that the name would be the most indicative of how it's used. So I think that string shot, like you said, would be the side or the up, used in an acrobatic way, in a
Hmm.
sense, like a recovery move. Um, Sticky web would be your projectile, probably a standard. The
Yeah.
um, and then sticky web either works the way it does in the game, or we get inventive with it. And I think that might be down special or even extra skill.
I do like that. Um, there's
hmm
one thing with string shot though. If it's standard, it's your standard web blast, Spider-Man like. If it's up, it's probably a tether
hmm
recovery. And then I
hmm
would imagine out of the tether recovery, he could maybe do a swing instead of gliding all
Yeah.
the way up. Because again, fuck it, we're going Spider-Man. If we use it on one of those, we I'm trying to think of the words here. If let me put it this way: if string shot is the recovery, then what's a standard? And if string shot is a standard, then what's the recovery?
hmm
Because silk trap. Well, no, because you said silk trap could be our standard. The web shot. That's right. That's
Sticky
right.
web, sticky web too.
Well, I thought sticky web you're saying would be the trap, the down or extra skill.
Well, either or. What I had said originally was silk trap could be the trap or whatever, and then sticky web could be the projectile. But really, I mean, if it's all the same to you, I could go with whatever.
I think if we're gonna have one of them be like a trap on the it depends. It depends. What do you want between the functional? Okay, we know what the functional would be if they're standard. What do you
hmm
want the down slash extra functionality to be? Do you want it to be the counter slash if you hit me, your speed gets lowered, or do you want it to be the place a trap on the ground if they run over it, their speed gets lowered?
Yeah, I would do placing a trap. It's just more unique. I like both, but
Okay,
you know.
in that case, sticky web should be the one should be the trap. 'Cause that's literally what it does. And silk
hmm
trap would be our whip, and string shot would be tether recovery, potential web swing.
Okay, so respectively, like we're talking down, standard, and up.
Yes.
Okay, I am down with that.
All
That
right.
was far too simple to just be like, boom, there you go,
I
done.
mean,
That's great.
Spidops literally is a Spider-Man Pokemon.
Yeah,
The moves are
yeah,
there. The only thing that's a
yeah.
question now at this point, I guess there's two questions, three questions. The next biggest question is side special.
I don't know, circle throw.
Circle throw is not a bad choice. Circle throw is not a bad choice.
Yeah.
It'd be a command grab, and then they toss most likely. Uh,
Mhm.
kind of Incineroar, but without like the ropes. Or no, there's somebody that does a grab and they toss. Can't think of who it is.
Yeah.
I know Bowser does something similar. He grabs and then he slams them down on the ground, but it's
Mhm.
a grab and then it's Mario's back throw.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah,
I feel it. I
it's
hear you.
basically Mario's back throw.
Um, or what about the more spidery, like Struggle Bug or Skitter Smack? Could either of those work?
Uh, I'm checking. I'm looking at their see if I can find anything like animations or how they look in the anime.
Bug Bite. Bug Bite's obvious. I mean, he bites you.
Yeah, which could be an easy one to go with. It looks
Hmm.
like Struggle Bug's probably not the best. It's more like they're releasing some kind of weird energy away from them. I'm not so sure how
Hmm.
that really goes. Skitter Smack. I kind of there is zero anime usage of Skitter Smack. It looks like, and animation wise, they just they run at them, they disappear. There's like a silhouette attacking animation thing, so there's not much of that we can really pull
I
from
would, I
canonically.
would imagine, I would imagine that if you got creative with it, you'd just have it smack with all of its limbs, and it would look kind of weird.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's also Throat Chop, which could be like it could be like a
Yeah.
really quick interrupt type of move. I feel like I might have done something like that. Can't
Hmm.
remember for sure. I feel like it might have been like Meowth. I might have gave something like that too. That's kind of hard to. Ah, yeah, that's what that says. That.
I guess you could do a Leech Life as well, potentially. Have it.
Yeah, Leech
You
Life
can
could be interesting.
pull Diddy Kong and do like the forward leap, and then when it hangs on to you, it's biting you and sucking your life out.
Yeah.
There you go. There's an idea.
Now here's a question to ask, and let me look up Leech Life real quick.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the move that used to be absolute dog shit. And then Gen 8 is no, Gen 7 was like, "Hey, bug types need a buff. Leech Life, you're going
Hmm.
from 20 base power to 80." And everybody
Holy
was like,
sh!
"Holy shit."
Yeah.
And it's also going to introduce Golytopod. Like, "Oh my god.
Oh,
Hell
nice.
yeah."
A biting lobster. There you
Not a lobster. It's an isopod. Its name was Golisopod.
go. Oh, I know.
Jeez. Leechless though, I like the idea. I'm assuming. Okay, down side special. Is it all?
Hmm.
You mentioned Diddy Kong, so yeah. Does it also have like the Diddy Kong leap to it?
Hmm. That's what I was
Okay,
thinking.
I like it. I
Yeah,
like
that's
it.
you keep the aerobics in there. Yeah.
The
There
Diddy
you
Kong
go.
leap,
There's
probably a different arc. I'm not sure what the arc would be.
hmm
Maybe I'd have to see Diddy Kong's.
Diddy Kong does a flip, a forward flip. Maybe Spinops is just like all arms splayed out, flying forward like a terrifying spider.
Yeah, I was thinking vastly more horizontal than vertical. Like there'd be like a bit of vertical, but instead of being like I think Diddy
Hmm.
Kong's it's more like that kind of an arc.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Spidos is more
yeah.
like slightly up, but it's just vastly more horizontal. Like
Yep.
it's a jumping spider.
Yes.
I hate this. As the arachnophobe of this podcast, I hate this. And
Well,
yet,
you
no
came in
spider
Arizona a good time of
Pokemon.
year.
And yet, no spider Pokemon bothers me.
Right. Well,
The
that's
one that
and
bothers
you
me the
love Spider-Man.
most is Ariados. Ariados is like, okay, this one's a little close to actual spiders for me. Don't like that.
Hmm.
The rest of them are just like, okay, yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh yeah, I see. Yep.
All right, so standard is Soak Trap. Side is Leech Life. Up is String Shot. Down is Sticky Web. Final Smash TBD. Extra Skill TBD. I
Hmm.
think we go for Extra Skill next, and then we can look at what's left for Final Smash.
Okay. Uh, what you thinking here? Have any thoughts?
I'm looking around.
Could do there's always blocking counter to get out of it. Uh Easy, there's spikes maybe.
I think I have I done spikes. Okay, that's really hard to search. That's going to be a lot of results on the wiki. God damn it.
Hmm.
I know because one thing I was looking at possibly for side special was like U-turn, but I know I've done U-turn, and
Hmm.
I know I don't need to. But sometimes with Pokemon, I try to like not reuse things when
Yeah.
possible. But it's also the more Pokemon movesets we make, the harder it is to do that.
Could you do would Electro Web feel out of place?
Considering we've already got Sticky Web, yeah,
Yeah, so that's true.
yeah.
Um Again, like maybe circle throw or throat chop or upper hand. Reversal, like some sort of fighting quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
That could be an easy. I think that could be an easy
What's
out. Like it would still fit the character.
Trailblaze is kind of interesting.
Trailblaze. Okay, let me look that up. Inflicts damage and raises the user's speed by. Okay. Oh, so he would be like leaping out from grass in the animation, or.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about it. Not.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um.
The main ones I'm kind of seeing here.
Hmm.
Throat chop, circle throw. Throat chop could a circle throw. It's command grab, toss back behind him. The only reason why it's kind of iffy to me is like Mario casts as a throw, not even a special. So I feel like it
Hmm.
needs something to make it different. The road chop, I think. How do I put this? And like it's chopped to the throat with one of its arms, but if the opponent is in the middle of an attack, then it cancels the attack and it does more damage. So you're incentivized to try and time it right. You could also do
Hmm.
low kick, a slide on the ground, or like a quick spin and try and trip an opponent. You could do thief to like try and steal an opponent's item. Uh, fling to toss an item. False swipe
Hmm.
could be similar to throw chop in that it's an interrupt move, but it's blinding fast and instant interrupt, but also does like 0.5% of damage. You don't use it for
Hmm.
attacking, you use it to stop somebody. You use it to stop like a falcon punch.
Hmm. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Poison jab. I don't need to explain that. Spikes, but I think since we've already got sticky web, we've already got one trap. I don't think X's is an extra skill. That'd be more of a standard side. Bug Buzz is possible, just like a general AoE around Spite Ops. Maybe it has to charge up over time, kind of like a Wario Waft.
Hmm.
Those are the ones I see.
Okay, and of them, do you have a lean on where you would go with it? I think throat chop is your most developed idea. It is interesting in that sense that you know it would be unique um, to Smash and to other Pokemon we have on the wiki as well. So that's something to consider. The other move that you mentioned that's kind of an alteration of it that's faster, I could see happening, or Thief is an alteration where it's very similar to Throat Shot, but you're also stealing an item. I My head is kind of in that area where it's like we have these moves that are quite similar to each other. We can go with one of them.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I don't know. Yeah, like focus in on the bug of it, but we've already done that a lot. Like this is still like the man part, the Spider Man.
true,
Even though
true.
I don't know if Spider Man would specifically have a move called Throat Chop, that might be where they diverge.
Now he'd call it something quippier.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, my top three is throat chop, false
Yeah.
swipe, and bug buzz. Uh,
Hmm.
all three being unique amongst what Spot Ups already has, and more or less unique to Smash. Maybe bug
Yeah.
buzz is a little bit less.
All right. Let's name our number one. For me, it's Throat Chop.
I'm okay with throat chop.
Okay.
All
There we
right,
go.
cool. Now for the final Smash. And there is the easy out of Terra Blast, but I do want to just run through other moves that I think are potential Final Smash material that we could like soup up, so to speak.
Mhm.
You could go with Struggle Bug. You could go with Skitter Smack. They'd be more or less the same concept, just a different name. There is X Scissor and Bug Buzz, and that's what I see. Or we make up some
How would
bullshit and he just does a fuck ton of webs.
Yep. How would Bug Buzz work as a Final Smash?
Non cinematic, does a big ol' AoE around itself. I think your multiple hits, if you're nearby, you're getting slowly pushed out. Hit, 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 hit.
Hmm.
Actually, would you be slowly pushed out? Because then if you just were outside and you just barely touch it, you're just knocked outside of it again. Maybe you get pulled in, like typically happens with these kinds of final smashes. You're just
Hmm.
basically being hit by like sound waves.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
And
Struggle
then X.
Bug or Skitter Smack could be they could be cinematics where you just like do a whole bunch of like super fast ninja strikes. Or you
Hmm.
can, if you go the non-cinematic route, you could turn it into a Triforce Slash, or you could turn it into a Maximum Spider, Maximum Greninja type deal.
Hmm. Yeah. Again, just leaning into the Spider-Man of it, then
Yeah.
perhaps Skitter Snack or something like that would be your best option.
And then I don't know what like just like going unique and doing a webbing oriented one would be. But when I say unique, I mean unique to Pokemon and not unique to Spider-Man to basically just be like a Spider-Man ult.
Hmm.
And then Terra
Oh, I'd be fine
Blast,
with that.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
Terra Blast is just a laser.
Yeah, which is useful, and we can always lean on it for Pokemon from this gen.
Yeah,
It's always when we get to this point, it's always just going to be: is this the Pokemon we use it for, or does it feel honed in, or weak, or generic to do?
yeah. Because we can only do it once.
Hmm. So, is there a Pokemon that would be better for it? And in this case,
Tatsugiri.
probably. Yeah, right. Like probably.
Yeah.
My yeah. So I don't know. Do you have a lean on what you'd like to do?
Mm, if Greninja didn't already have his maximum Greninja bullshit, then I would say let's do that. But since he does, I feel like I would rather do either bug buzz, which could also just easily be a standard special for any other bug type,
Hmm.
or create a unique move that is some cinematic of throwing a bunch of webbing. Ooh, oh. I hate that thought that I just had. Um, so I hate this, but here's what the picture that came to my mind. So Spide Ops does so much webbing that the opponent is in a cocoon.
Hmm.
It's just super quick. This is our trigger to get to the cinematic. This is the shortest cinematic ever. The camera is zoomed in on the opponent in their little cocoon of webbing on a web. Camera pans out. There's Spide Ops, crawls on the web, gets the opponent. Camera fades to black. There's a scream, and it's done.
There's a screen. Yeah,
I
let's
hate
do
it. I hate it.
it.
Huh. I'm giving myself chills. I hate this.
I don't. What are you gonna call it?
I don't know. Um Arachnophobia? No. No. I refuse to
Web
do that.
assault.
Uh
Cocoon.
Cocoon of Evolution? No, that's no. That's Yu-Gi-Oh!
Wrap up. Uh, yeah,
That's not bad.
something like that. Yeah, maybe that's it because I can't think of anything else.
I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Along came the spider.
Very good. Okay, there you go.
Oh, all right. I hate it.
At least,
I
at
hate
least it's not Ariados doing this.
it. I hate that I came up with that. I hate it so much. But it works if we get to make the quickest cinematic in Smash history.
There you go. Oh, he is the trap Pokemon. I didn't like that. Makes sense. Cool.
You know, like
Trapdoor spider.
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh. Do we change it to be instead of them being on the web, we should be like he just snatches them out of the trapdoor?
You could do
What's
that
his
too.
Pokedex entry say? Uh doesn't
It
really go
clings to
either
branches and
direction.
ceilings and
I
uses
just
its
keep it to the
throne.
regular.
Yeah, it sounds like it moves like a regular spider, actually, like more than a trapdoor one. So,
I'm not going to click on these links that like describe the spiders and bring up pictures because I will not do this to myself. But I'm looking at its origin species and says spiders may be based on the ogre-faced spider. Not clicking that link, or related members of that scientific family, also known as net casting spiders, that are known to hold their legs together in pairs and cast nets. Its segmented wooden-like body and associated with strings may derive cues from marionettes. Interesting. The way its thread trap seems to be inspired by Cat's Cradle. That explains its art. It
oh,
also mentions
interesting.
like military camouflage and secret agents. What the fuck? It may also draw inspiration from Tsuchigumo. I do know what that kind of looks like. Spider-like yokai from Japanese folklore that is said to have the face of an oni.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's okay. Well, that's nice. They're not okay. Well, I'm not going to say anything about it. I was looking at the real pictures.
Yeah. Basically, if you see that that type of spider is more of a like the ground trap, then I figure we can go with that. If they're not, they're more web. We just go with the web.
They're more web.
Okay, we'll go with the web.
There you go.
All right.
Yes. Where
Let
to
us.
next, Taunts?
Entrance Kirby hat.
Oh, comes out of a nest ball.
Yeah.
Strikes
I
the Spider-Man post.
For most Pokemon, I like them coming out of the Pokeball. For things like
Mhm.
Mewtwo, all right, yeah, they don't need a Pokeball. But yeah, Spidops,
Mhm.
and I like the Pokeballs being different. You know, they don't
Mhm.
all have to be a
Yeah.
regular ass Pokeball, right, Sakurai? They can be different.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, sure, Pikachu and the Pokemon Trainers ones, yeah, sure, they can be regular ones. Pikachu, yeah, sure, that one could be regular. I fucking guess, but they don't all gotta be.
Kirby hat.
Actually, they're all either starters, Lucario or Mewtwo and Pichu. So
Mhm.
actually, I guess it kind of makes sense. But for our purposes, that doesn't.
Indeed.
So Kirby hats. We have the normal option, or we have a funny option.
What's your funny option?
Covered in webs, like a mummy.
Yeah, okay. So long as that doesn't shoot us in the foot for the eventual mummy character we do.
It's also potentially the problem with Spiodop's standard special, because Kirby will already look like he's wrapped up.
Oh, well, I guess we go with the regular option.
Yeah. Which actually, speaking
Spidops.
of, we should probably figure out more details of the silk trap. Because yeah, sure,
Uh-huh.
it's the standard whip, but like, is it just the projectile, or can like enough of it? Is there like a chance of the Pokemon or the opponent getting momentarily trapped in the web?
Or
Does it
stunned,
take
yeah.
like enough hits to get them stuck up, or is it just literally just gonna be like
Yeah,
a projectile, a normal projectile?
I think you go Spider-Man route, and yeah, you stack it up enough, you can trap him in there for a little bit.
Okay, so stack it up like we need to hit them multiple times. Maybe there's like some traces that get left on that kind of like fade over time, kind of like inkling ink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, and that can slow them down or make them flinch or something.
okay,
Yeah, that would be my thought.
all right. And then I figure the string shot of special, when they tether to something, they have the option of either just climbing up to it or doing a swing instead, a swing forwards. But here's the question: can they swing if their tether misses? The way Smash currently works with tethers, if you miss your tether, it just dies and you don't get a
Mm-hmm.
tether.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I bring up could they potentially swing is because Spider-Man kind of can. Canonically, Spider-Man's when he swings, he always hits something. I think it's just video games have it be weird. It's like, did I? I guess.
Yeah, like in Marvel vs. Capcom or like the Spider-Man 2 games or whatever, he's like he can just whip in midair and just be
Yeah.
done with it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Do you have a lean on that?
Purely for Smash mechanics, it's I have a stroke in my mind to say, hey, if the Taylor doesn't hit anything, you can still swing. Because how's he swinging?
I agree.
Okay.
I would
Uh,
I would have an easier time overlooking that if it were Spider-Man we were making moveset for.
yeah, yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Sticky web, I don't have any questions about. Those are really the only two that I had. Something I wanted to bring up and
Okay.
double check.
Cool. Okay. Well, on to taunts and victory poses.
Yeah, because I assume we're going with the usual for a Pokemon Kirby hat.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
can't think of anything else.
yeah. First of all, I like your idea of the taunt where it's just literally doing its official art pose, where it like spreads out its
Hmm.
legs and it has this cat's cradle web thing going on.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I would like to do that.
I
Another idea that I had. Oh, sorry. No,
no
go
no
ahead.
no go on.
Oh, you can do the tarantula artwork too. Just get him all scranked up in a web. Like, oh, oops. What were you saying though?
Trying to picture that one from a victory animation again going really spider on this victory animation
Oh
screen
yeah.
just slowly comes down a web from the top of the screen.
Hmm. Yeah, I like that.
with the legs spread out. Hate it.
That
Hate
makes
it.
that makes too much sense. This you could also lean into more of the actual trapdoor spider thing too, where you do a victory pose where he's coming out of a trap in the ground, like a trap web or something. Potentially.
Yeah. Have like
Yeah.
a bit of the ground like pry up, which looks weird. Just like how this is weird. How does that happen? But it's just like there's like a like peeks out real quickly, and then leaps out
Oh
and
yeah.
strikes some kind of pose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He could even just look out and then go back into the trap like he's tentative. That'd be cute. But yeah, leaping out would be befitting of the character. It'd be kind of cool,
Yeah.
which Spite Ops kind of is. For his third victory pose, he can take a picture of himself for the Daily Bugle.
Uh, the daily explode.
Yeah. There you go.
What could it be though?
Does he ever walk on all of his legs?
Yeah. Well, not like on all fours walking. In the games you see him walking around quad or biped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, his Pokemon card is literally just like the coming down the web thing. So yeah, that's a victory animation easily.
There you go. Hmm. Can it do like some sort of acrobatic pose, like actually maybe similar to the classic Spidey pose for a taunt? Would that be an option, or like something else where he like
Like
takes a
he
handstand
rearranged to
or
like
something?
be in the landing pose of Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, do something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
or yeah.
I like that. I like
Okay, well
that.
there you go. Yeah, there's another one. Okay, one more taunt, one more victory pose.
Uh-huh.
Kind of hard.
Kind of hard. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at his other moves, we'll see like
Um,
what we could potentially do. Oh
have
wait.
a
I have a
yeah.
dumb idea. Uh
Okay.
So like really starting with Gen 3, they started doing things like, feeding your Pokemon. Like there's Pokeblocks, then it was Pokepuffs, or whatever the fuck they were called.
Mhm.
Uh Nothing in Gen 5. Nothing in Gen 6, I don't think. No, I think Gen 6 might have done like beans or something. Gen 7 also has like the Poke Beans. Gen 8 has the curry or the soups or whatever the fuck it was. Gen
Mhm.
9 has you make sandwiches.
Okay.
So I'm thinking Spite Ops just pulls out a sandwich and eats it.
Yeah, all
Now,
right.
is it the
For what a
taunt
taunt?
or the victory pose? I'm not sure. I'm kind of leaning taunt. It just like does like maybe 3 quick bites and just devours the
I
whole
like that.
thing like a Subway
I
sandwich. Is
like
kind of what I'm picturing in my mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do it. Like Scooby Doo, but a spider.
Yeah, yeah. This is stupid, but I like it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. That's awesome. And then, I don't know, like victory pose, something like you do for the Final Smash adjacent, maybe where he's crawling up a web that covers up the screen, and an opponent like second place is wrapped up or something, and he's walking towards them.
I I thought of something I really hate again.
Oh,
Yeah, I hate it. So starts off in the back, the distance of the result screen. Quickly skitters closer. Quickly skitters closer, going in like a bit of a zigzag, and then suddenly leaps at the camera. I don't want to do that. I want to put this out there and make this very clear. I do not want to do that. But it came to mind.
but what else is it gonna be?
I don't.
Let's he doesn't, yeah, keep him from leaping. That you could just kind of move around like that and then walk towards the screen and just stare at you.
Maybe do the skittering closer. Instead of leaping at the screen, shoots a web at the screen, just covers the camera.
Yeah, that works. Your well-being is saved. Mental well-being.
Not from this amount of Smash,
On
it's
this
not.
Oh yeah. Have fun writing that down.
Uh, Ah, God. I do this to myself.
Yep.
All right.
You did this whole show to yourself.
This was your idea. This show was your idea. That said,
Yeah.
I took your idea and I evolved it.
You do actively participate in it, yes.
Yes. The last detail is home stage. Last year, we did 2 Gen 9 characters. We gave Tandem Mouse the home stage of Team Star Base, and we made Palafin's home base or home stage be Area 0. Spite Ops, however, there's not a location that like strictly speaks of Spite Ops unless shoots with like where it can be found in the game, which would
Tag
Area
tree
1,
thicket.
yeah, Tag Tree Thicket could easily just do that. It's like, okay, yeah, here's a generic forest with trees. Could certainly
Casseroya
be done.
Lake.
And then Sokarat Trail are the other two like named areas. They're just like Area 1 or what the fuck ever, where Spite Ups are known to be found. Which, if we're gonna do one of the two of those, it'd be the thicket because Sokarat Trail is just like a fucking trail. Alternatively, other important areas just from the game itself, you could do the school academy, Naranja/Uva Academy, or expand it to be the town, and that way you don't have to name it off of which version it is to be Mesa Goza. There's all the other towns. Levincia is popular. There's Cortando, which is where Katie is the bug type gym leader. Those are kind of the standouts that I'm seeing. Or you could do Kitakami or the Blueberry Academy.
Okay. You seemed interested in those last couple ones, or what? Since I haven't
Less
played the game.
interested, more me remembering that it's like, oh yeah, these are the main settings of the 2 DLCs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything that you're partial towards out of that list?
Uh, I would personally go less for like I wouldn't necessarily go for Tag Tree Thicket, even though like that is like close to being like Spite Ops, because a lot sometimes yeah we get something that's like personal for the character, but it sounds it's just like okay no, get something that's like iconic or important to the game that they're associated with.
Okay.
And I think we go that route more with this, which is kind of also what we did with Tandem Mouse and Palafin. So I would either say Mesa Goza and by extension School Academy in the background. Probably would actually be like in front of the school, just calling Mesa Goza because otherwise we have to call it Naranja/Uva Academy, and that's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Levencia, popular city, more associated with electricity than with electric. Cortando, the bug type one, but I don't recall if there's anything like special about its design, but it's the first gem town, so there's iconicness there, and you could have Katie be in the background. And then again, Kitakami, which is its own island. I don't quite recall where necessarily in the world it's located, but
Mm-hmm.
it's where Ogrepon is. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
Ogrepon would be the best Pokemon to set there if somebody wanted to make a moveset for Ogrepon.
Mm-hmm.
And then Blueberry Academy, it's another school. You basically set it in like in the terrarium, which has 4 different biomes that you could swap between. And the Blueberry Academy is actually in Unova.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's in Unova, but it's like a sister academy to Naranja and Uva.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, in my mind, not knowing these places well, Levencia is interesting, being a bigger city. just naturally, and also because Spider-Man protects the city. Uh, and Cortanda being a bug-oriented town, I guess. Those are where I'm kind of leaning. If you still wanted to try and lean it into a Spide Ops theme, quote unquote.
Mm.
But I'm good with whatever. I'm like, whatever you're feeling.
I the most important location game we haven't already made be a stage is Mesa Goza / the school.
Okay. Go that route then, if you want.
Okay. So we'll say Mesa Goza is the stage.
There you go.
All right. That's wait, unique traits. Wall jump, wall cling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. What about extra jumps
Crawl really
crawling?
fast.
Yeah, I think crawling for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to do extra
Extra
jumps, or is
jumps.
the other or is the rest of it enough?
I think the rest of it's enough, unless you feel like it would be indicative of the character to do an extra jump.
I don't think it needs it. I think it's already acrobatic enough with wall jump and wall cling, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's also got its potential. It's got its tether with a potential for the web swing. So it's like, okay, we've got acrobatics. If we don't need a secondary jump, that might be too much. I feel.
Okay, and then, yeah, you don't want to make it too OP.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, bam, there you go. Alternate costume, shiny form. Figure the rest out.
Oh, right. Yeah, costumes. I did actually forget about those. Yeah, obviously one is going to be shiny form. Uh, Tarantula is very similar in color already. It's a lighter green, so you could say that. And then what about what's Tarantula is shiny? Red string, dark blue body, which is that Spidops's? Yeah, this is just Spidops's again. So yeah, just
Mhm.
different colors. Maybe based on like Ariados, Spinarak, Galvantula, the other spiders. You could try and
Miles
pull.
Morales.
Kelly has made though Kelly has made special alt costumes of our Smashtopia characters based on like a lot of non-video game things or things from like wrong video games. We might need to make a special request. We may need to make a special request from Kelly.
There you go. There you
Kelly,
go.
if you're
Yep.
listening. All right. Anything else to cover on Spide Ops before we move on?
No, I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, I'm happy about it. It came together very easily. I feel like Pokemon, generally speaking, do as long as you don't have like a fucking. Some are difficult. I'll be real. Ninjask would have had a hard time with Magikarp. I don't know what to do.
Ninjask can just use Protect for every move.
It'd be that or like Fury Cutter or Fury Swipes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
with
okay.
that, we've only spent an hour in this episode already. Not even an hour on Spide Ops because we had our intro
Mhm.
and our wheel spin.
Yeah, solid 45 minutes for the Spider Boy.
Hell yeah! Which means it's time for another wheel spin. This time it's
Oh,
the ice
yes.
type Pokemons, of which you
Oh,
have
yeah.
made one of the past being Vanillix, which when you did that, I was like, sir, what? Huh?
Yeah, no.
Huh?
As one of N's Pokemon, which is also like, sir, what?
I mean, that made more sense to me that like having N be a character that works like the Pokemon trainer.
Mhm.
That was like, yeah, okay, that tracks to me. Zoroark, I wanted to make him a set for, but I was like, I couldn't get around it not being able to use its illusion ability because like I need
Mhm.
illusion. If it doesn't have illusion, it's not Zoroark, so I just refused to do it. And then you also had Kling Clang. That's the third one's like,
Yeah.
sir, no one's not to pick. Although I'd have to look at what he even has and be like, okay, what would be good ones to pick? Because every time you fight him, for the most part, he has a different team. It's like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
options.
He has. I don't. He has the one that looks like a hieroglyph.
Ugh.
The dinosaur bird one. Yeah.
That's Archaeops, by the way, the dinosaur bird.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
the hieroglyph is also a sarcophagus or Yamask, depending on
Oh.
which one you're talking about.
Oh.
Um,
Great.
I actually want to check real quick and see what you did for their final smash. because I have an idea of what it should have been, and I'm curious to see what you actually did. Oh, you gave each of them their own Final Smash, different from how the Pokemon Trainer works. Okay, I see. Because
I did.
yeah, because Vanillix has Sheer Cold, and they're definitely not all gonna have Sheer Cold, because that'd be fucking weird. Yeah, Zoroark has Night Days, and Kling has what? Zap Cannon. Okay, I was thinking it should have been Zekrom or Reshiram,
Mm-hmm.
considering that's In's whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking about In no Mo. We're talking about Ice types. So, Jonno,
S types.
what
Okay.
Ice type Pokemon did you nominate for our wheel?
Yes, I will. I'll give it to you nice and easy and quick. Alolan Ninetales, Delibird, Ice-Q, Galarian Darmanitan, and Mamoswine.
That last one's going to be the sticking point for me. I'm just like, okay. That one's the hard one. I considered both Delibird and Iron Bundle for my top 5, but it did not make the cut. It's like, I was like, oh, he's adding Delibird though? Okay, we're good. Because that was like, no.
Yeah.
That can work.
No, I love Delibird. That's one of my favorites.
Delibird, I don't want to use it in Pokemon, but I could see its fighting game potential easily. As for
Hit him
my...
with the sack.
Yeah. As for my ice types, I am bringing in Frostlass, Alolan Sandslash, Jinx, my biggest weirdo, Mr. Rhyme, and Weavile.
Oh yeah.
All right, to the wheel. We begin our spin, and the first one eliminated that we are not making moveset out of. I'm okay with this. Ice-Q. Ice-Q's out. I honestly hate Ice-Q. I fucking hate him.
I chose it because it was ugly.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw that bit. I was like, "What the hell is that?"
If it was just like the ice face form, I would be okay with it. But I don't like its no ice form. Alolan Sandslash is also knocked out. That would have been a really easy one. Mamoswine is gone.
Damn.
Next one being taken out behind the back shed is Jinx. This is probably a good thing. Another spin, another loser. Aw, sadness. Goodbye, Delibird.
Fuck.
Yeah. Our 5 remaining ones are going to be Frostlash, Galarian Darmanitan, Mr. Rhyme, Alola Ninetales, and Weavile. The next one out is... this would have been another easy one. Weavile's gone. Damn it. I already have its home stage listed on Smashtopia, too. Fuck. Alright, down to 4. The next one gone is going to be... Frostlass. We're down to 3. Mr. Rhyme, Alolan Ninetales, Galarian Darmanitan. All 3 of these, I'm kind of just like, oh boy, this could get weird a little bit. Let's see. For the next one out is Mr. Rhyme. It's going to be one of yours. It's either going to be Alolan Ninetales or Galarian Darmanitan. Neither one of these did I want to win. I know which one I would rather deal with. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
The next one eliminated, and the Pokemon we are not making a moveset for is Galarian Darmanitan. We got to make a moveset for the last spin. That's right. It's Alolan Ninetales. That's what we're doing. I don't know what to do. Shit. This one at Mammoth with Tool, I'm just like, please don't. Please don't. Ah, fuck. It's just large
energy back.
It's just that's not 10 mouse. It's just that like I picture Alolan Ninetales as being like large. It's like, okay, we have a large quadruped with like big ass tail. How do I deal with this? How do I deal with this?
3 feet and 7 inches tall. That's how big Ninetales is. Okay.
Oh, you know what? That's easy to picture then. It's just in my mind, it looks a lot bigger than that. Like I picture it not quite Ridley, but like in between a Bowser and a Ridley. It's like where it pictures in my head. If it's only 3 feet tall, that's actually. I mean, that's smaller than
Hmm.
Mario. I'm gonna. It's probably in Smash. I think it'd be like they'd adjust it. It's probably gonna be like a bit bigger than Mario. I think we can't make it too
Hmm.
big because it's also gonna be wide with its quadruped body.
Right.
Maybe
But
it,
hey,
yeah.
here we are.
Here we are. It's somewhere between Mario and Link size and width wise. A Bowser day to day.
Rob standing diagonally. But
Actually,
yeah,
Rob is
like
not
that's
a bit wider than Rob's. Actually, not a bad way to kind of think about it. I don't know if the size is correct, but fuck it. I don't want to dwell.
Hmm.
Show.
Yep. Yep.
Moves. I assume since this is one of your nominees, you kind of had some basis of an idea of what you might want to do. So I'm gonna let you drive things here for a bit.
Okay. You're
Not
driving.
put down the invisible steering wheel.
Okay. Okay. I gotta let it go. But first, you gotta park it.
Please let it
Okay.
go.
Oh, it is an ice type.
That's kind of where I was going. I'll be honest.
Oh boy. Oh brother. Um. Well,
Listen,
Ninetales is a very, yeah.
you said
Like
it first.
it. Ninetales to me, it's a cool Pokemon, and
It's
like
an
in the
ice
anime,
type. We get it.
whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right. Like, but in the anime, you see, I don't know about the Alolan Ninetales, but you see the traditional Ninetales. You're like, oh, this thing is cool. Like, it's just like summoning all of these flames and all this shit. So, same idea, but ice. Um, so I'm looking at the move list here, and I'm looking at like Ice Beam, Aurora Beam, Icy Wind. I think that these are things that we can use expeditiously and easily enough. Um, it would again, like any Pokemon thing, it's like, where do we incorporate these moves? Like, is Ice Beam, for instance, an easy standard? Um, Let me see what else is going on here. Then there's also Ice Shard. What is Freeze Dry?
Freeze dry is super effective against water types,
Oh, oh yeah, you're
which is a great concept.
yeah, very interesting. And then Powder Snow. Powder Snow is an easy AoE extra skill kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah, like a fire
Yeah.
breath.
Hmm. Okay. So, oh, like a fire breath. So you're thinking,
Like Bowser's fire, but ice.
right? Would you think that's more of a standard then?
If we took the Bowser approach to it, yes.
Hmm.
Alternatively, you could just do like you could have it be a side where it's just like a maybe a conal as well. Be standard or side. I think if you're going with that specific concept, or you could also just make it be a general projectile, which is like you just breathe out a cloud of frozen mist, and it just like travels slowly forwards.
Hmm. True. Or even still, you could, if you went back to down special or skill with it, you could have the Alolan Ninetales kind of like simmer into the ground and like get into a pose, and then from around it, it's like
True.
surrounding it.
And a
You know,
circular AOE around the Pokemon. Yeah.
a circular AOE. You can make it work kind of like Ice Climbers down special.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but better, but better. Um, so okay, yeah, you have options. What is this?
I don't know. What you
Triple
didn't tell me what it is.
triple triple axle.
That is a ice skating technique. I don't picture a Alola Ninetales ice skating.
No, that would have been like a Mr. Rhyme thing.
Yes, honestly. He also would have had
Yeah.
like shit like Teeter Dance because fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. Icicle spear probably sounds like what it looks like.
Yeah, it's a
That could
multi
be.
hit.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah,
That could be another thing. It could summon icicle spear and have it kind of fall down. I'm picturing like maybe diagonally above its head,
yeah, kind of like a
downwards.
Pikachu
That could be
Thunderbolt.
something. Hmm. Yeah, in that way too, that could work. Let's see. And then there's like hail, snowscape, avalanche. Could that work?
Uh, I think if Avalanche was a special move and not the final smash, it'd be like a charging forward attack that like there's multiple hits. Like you're just like you are the
Yeah.
avalanche and there's like snow piling up around you in front of you.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um. Okay. So we're
There's
we're kind of.
there's also Blizzard, Mist, Aurora Beam, Ice Beam are the same thing effectively in terms of this.
Mhm.
Uh, there's also Part Fairy, so Dazzling Gleam
Yeah.
is an option.
Yeah.
Disarming Voice. You could also do Confuse Ray, which is a typical Ninetales thing. Uh, what is Snowscape? When
So
Snowscape is used, a
similar to hail.
snowstorm will be on the field. The
Hmm.
hell's a snowstorm? It's from Mystery Dungeon originally,
Oh,
and then
weird.
the first time it into the main games was in Arceus because they replaced uh, Frozen with a different status effect with
Mhm.
in Gen 9 Snow replaces Hail. Oh wow, Hail's not in Gen 9, it was replaced by Snow.
Mhm.
Uh it raises the defense stat of all ice type Pokemon by half, and does not damage non-ice types like Hail does. Huh. Interesting. Don't think I'd make that be a special though. Um I also there's Aurora Veil, I think it's what it's called. Yeah, Aurora Veil could be a defensive technique.
Mhm. Let me look that up. Reduces damage jump to the user by physical and special moves. Okay, so like a clean kind of protect like move. Okay.
Yeah. Could maybe be like an
That would
extra
make
skill where you just have like this aurora veil surrounding you, and it like gives you a defense boost for a set time
yeah,
potentially.
that would be easy. Yeah, that would be easy. So what I've been writing stuff down here.
Hmm.
Snowscape could also be the AOE kind of thing, or that's the thing.
True.
There's a lot of potential AOE here. There's Blizzard, there's Icy Wind, there's Snowscape, and then you have Ice Shard and Icicle Spear could maybe be the same sort of thing. Let's see. What if you could you potentially have Ice Shard lean into Icicle Spear? Like you start out with Ice Shard, and if you charge it, it becomes Icicle Spear.
I think you just make it be icicle spear if you're gonna do that, because ice shard is just like, oh, one shard of ice. Icicle spear is, oh,
Yeah,
2 to 5 shards of ice.
okay, that's how that works. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll shards of ice, and that sounds like a chargeable. Like that could be a standard if you want that route.
which one, shard or spear?
Oh, spear.
Theoretically, yeah, either could be. Uh, Either
Okay.
could also be a side special. I also like kind of like the thought you had like have Icicle Spear be like a down special that's kind of like an ice version of Pikachu's Thunderbolt, but instead of just being like straight line of thunder that comes down, you could charge it, and then it will increase the number of icicle spirits to like fall straight down.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
starts
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
one, and then depending on how far you charge it up, I don't know if you should cap it to three for balance's sake, or maybe it could go to five and just be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That all just come crashing down where Ninetales was.
I like that a lot. Actually, I would fast track that. That's neat. That's good. And then I'm also torn. Like Ice Beam, I think could easily be here, but is that a standard or a side, or is that a final smash?
It could fit either spot.
Mhm.
I It's potential Final Smash. I have the other thoughts for Final Smash. I think Ice
Interesting.
Beam I would do if doing it, I would do it on the standard or yeah, no, I would do standard like and have it be like Robin's Thoron, except like the first three stages. It, you charge it up and then you just do a beam of ice
Hmm.
and like
Yeah,
charge
yeah,
it
yeah.
up. It's an actual charge up version of Rob's laser, whereas Rob builds up over time. This one you have to manually charge.
Right, right, right. Okay, no, there's potential there. There's potential there. What is kind of getting at me the most right now is the Ebb special. Like, what on earth would that be? Like, something like a mist or snowscape or something where you are using the snow that you're summoning to leap up
Teleport.
into like a swirl thing. You, you can teleport, or you can. I'm imagining kind of like Marshall's up special, where he's walking up that ladder, but it's like a spiral,
Mm.
kind of. Maybe something like that. Um, teleport is indeed something we could give to a Smash character.
Yeah, like you could go the easy route of okay, Illuminating Tails becomes mist or becomes snow, and then just like
Mhm.
appears higher up in the air. There's
Mhm.
logic to that. I want to check
That's
Ninetales'
true. That's true.
Pokedex entries just to see if there's anything in it that could be interesting. Nothing in Sun and Moon. Nah, nothing in particularly inspiring in its Pokedex.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Um.
Other up special ideas could be. I mean, every once in a while, there's a character that really doesn't have a recovery for his up special, but generally the ones that don't have some other decent ass recover to them. Yoshi has his Flutter Jump.
Mhm.
Ness has the PK Thunder that can be turned around on him.
Right. Right.
Uh,
Um. Do you see freeze dry being something that could be used somewhere?
yes and no. I kind of have like I guess I'll just mention this now right now. Like I have a thought on the Final Smash being like I'm calling it like flash freeze, where it's like
Mhm.
an instant snap of a freezing cold, kind of like a sheer cold kind of deal. I don't know how your sheer cold works in Vanillix because I didn't reread that, but imagine just like
Mhm.
instant ice covers the screen, covers the stage, damages everything on the screen. More damage the closer you are to Alola Night or to Alola
Mhm. Mhm.
Ninetales. That's kind of
Yeah.
a Final Smash thought I have, and you could call that Flash or Freeze Dry, but I think Flash Freeze just sounds cooler personally.
It does. It does. Okay. No, that's cool. Um. And then look going down the list again. Well, let's assume right now that we're kind of going some Pokemon. You just have to go with the standard slash boring ish route. So maybe Ice Beam and Mist, or Ice Beam and Snowscape, that or whatever are the standard and up. Um, and Flash
Or
Freeze I like a lot. Is yeah,
or
yeah. What?
you sent me on a path. You were talking about like having some kind of like spiraling up attack.
Mm-hmm.
Triple Axle.
Yeah, there you go.
It is a
Why not?
3-hit kick attack. The anime
Mm-hmm.
describes it as a consecutive 3-kick attack that becomes more powerful with each successful hit. Articuno kicks the opponent 3 times in a row, spinning around between each kick. With each consecutive kick, the
Mm-hmm.
power of the move increases. Mr. Rhyme spins around and kicks the opponent 3 times in a row. With each consecutive kick, the power of the move increases. So you could have Alola Ninetales leap, kick, doing it in this like upward spiral animation. Leap kick, leap kick, leap kick, with each kick getting stronger than the last. And if they don't
I
hit
like that.
anything, you still keep going up.
That's what I was going to ask if you had to chain it. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I like that, and that's unique. I can also see like it could be like a jumping off with its two hind legs kind of animation, like fox like. It's a lithe Pokemon, so that's in its favor for a move like that.
Sure.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Here's the
So triple
question.
axle spear. Yeah. Here's the
Yeah.
question. What?
Here's the question with triple axle though. Let's say we hit Mario with our first jump. Does Mario get pulled along to the rest, or is Mario just kicked away? Personally, I'm kind of thinking kick him away.
I was thinking the same.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense in my brain. Um.
So we have Ice Beam
Okay. Mm-hmm.
for our
Yeah.
standard.
Which
We don't have a side yet. Up is triple axle. Down is icicle sphere.
spear.
Extra skill is unknown. Final smash. Are we going with
I'm
flash
just
freeze?
saying, like, yeah, why not?
Okay,
Unless we come up with something else
fair enough.
naturally indistinguishable, let's just go with it.
Yeah, because
I
Blizzard
like
is
that a
an
lot.
easy option, and
Hmm.
you could just it's a similar concept. You could just go with Blizzard, but I like kind of like the idea of like ice literally covering the camera, and Blizzard don't
Hmm.
do that as much.
Right. Could Confuse Ray work as a side?
I mean, that's more or less what YouTube does. He uses
Yeah,
it
he
as
does.
like his down,
Oh,
but
right. Right. Okay.
yeah, YouTube's moveset
So
is
then,
weird.
yep. So then it's the idea: do we want to double dip?
Mm,
That's the question.
what did I do when I
Confuse
made Mewtwo on
Ray
the
or
wiki? Oh, I kept them. Wow, I actually
Hmm.
kept them. Huh.
You can do hmm.
Are you thinking about side or extra?
Oh, I was looking at side.
Side, we could do powder snow. We
Hmm.
could do icy wind.
And those would more or less work the same as each other. You're thinking like
What one could be a
you're
conal, one could be that slow moving projectile,
okay. Um, hmm. Let's see.
or and then
Oh,
avalanche.
oh yeah, an avalanche or what? Like sending big snowball shit forward.
It's think of it as a multi hit quick draw.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah, I like the idea of of like an ice space, like an icy wind or something. But the wraparound that we were describing earlier, I think that is maybe in a sense covered by what you can do with icicle spear, where it's surrounding Ninetales. What if you did do it with the slow moving
Oh, right.
wind that you
I forgot
mentioned?
about that move idea.
Hmm.
I forgot about the ice climbers thing.
Right, right. So what if you do that could still be an extra skill as well, the ice climbers thing. Um, but
Alternatively, if you want to have an ice climbers thing for the down, icicle spear could swap the side, and instead of being like icicle spears come straight down, you could have them be appear like
Mhm.
above Ninetales' head and like going diagonally downwards,
Right.
kind of
That
like
was the initial thought.
Mithra, one of her Mythos attacks.
Right. Right. That was the initial thought that I had, and then I did like how you evolved it into the down special though. But it is just the question, like what's the stronger move here? Would it be to just do that swap and call it easy, but then we would have the AoE as the down?
Well, do you, here's the question:
Hmm.
what what do you like the sound of better? Side special being downwards diagonal shards of ice that fall, and the down being essentially an ice climber's down special, or do you want to have a multi-hit ice version of Pikachu's down special, and the side special being a slow moving frozen cloud that has a chance of freezing opponents if they get hit. What combination sounds best?
I think the first option sounds the most. You can utilize it better, and in gameplay, and the second option sounds more interesting. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like the slow moving wind, I don't know how well you'd be able to utilize it in the gameplay, but it's the most unique option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's where I am like conflicted. It's apples and oranges.
The way I would think that it could potentially be used in game is kind of like it's a delay. It's a delay tactic. You set it up. Your opponent's just like, oh, think I'm gonna run into that? No, you're kidding me. You grab him, you knock him in, and then combo.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Or like
yeah.
in
I
a
mean,
more chaotic match, 4-person, 8-person, people aren't gonna be paying that much attention.
yep. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Icy wind.
Okay. Icy Wind for side and Icicle Spear for down.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Flash booster, final smash, extra skill.
Extra skill. Uh,
This could be Blizzard. This could be Aurora Veil.
yeah, I mean, we could take the AoE move and just still slap it here. Aurora Veil would be the defensive. It's you activate it, you have a defensive buff for set time, and then it goes on cooldown. Or maybe you can only use it X amount of times per stock, whichever one you want to go with. Uh, Other potential things. Is there anything odd? Not seeing anything in the potential odd category.
Me either. It's playing it straight. Yeah, so I those are kind of our options.
Yeah, I think
AoE
so.
or AoE or Aurora Veil. Aurora Veil I like because it's a fairy type move.
No, it's
Otherwise,
not.
is it not?
No, it's ice.
Oh, it's an ice type move. That's right. I was looking at Dazzling Gleam on the on the wiki right under it. Whoops. Um, I like it, but at the same time, it's more of the kind of move that we can give to more characters. I feel like it's like, oh, you get a buff
Mm-hmm.
for a minute, and like our traditional Smashtopias, it tends to be the kind of move that I may present, and then you'd be like, oh no, let's do something more interesting. Which is like, oh, fair enough. Um, the AOE, I like. It's again, it's a very. I could see it going both ways. Like at Low in the Ninetales, again, is like this kind of. I don't know if petite's the word, but you know what I'm saying. It's a very uh
It's smaller than the games make you think it is. The games lie.
right. It's smaller than the games make you think it is, and it's very sporty. It's a very aerobic Pokemon. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would say that my lean is Snowscape,
Sorry, I'm stuck here processing
AoE.
Ninetales being a sporty and aerobic Pokemon because those are words that would never have crossed my mind to describe Alolan Ninetales or regular Ninetales. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I need a reboot. What?
It is a Pokemon that can move easily and move around
Graceful.
in corridors. Yes. Yes indeed. Well then, I don't know. I kind of
You
do
were
like
you were saying
the AoE
Snowscape,
thing.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I think we're gonna do the AoE thing. I think it's better to call it Snowscape than to use Blizzard because I think Blizzard just has like a different connotation to it. But Snowscape doesn't have really. I think that makes more sense to be able to twist that one. Like we're creating a snowy weather effect around Ninetales. In the games in Pokemon, does it deal damage? No. It actually gives it a defensive buff. Funnily enough. But we can just call it like, okay, it's like, how did the ice climbers use fucking snow to damage? Ah,
Right.
Alolan Ninetales
Right.
can just twist that with Snowscape too. Fuck it, who cares?
Right.
If Squirtle's water
Okay.
gun cannot do damage, Snowscape can do damage.
Agree. Agree.
Fucking water gun, man. Alright, so that means we have our moves for Alolan Ninetales. Standard Special Ice Beam. It's a chargeable upable move. Chargeable upable. And charging it up increases the width and damage of the beam, much like Rob's laser. Side special is the Icy Wind, a slow moving, rolling, uh, icy cloud that has a chance of freezing opponents on contact. Up special is Triple Axle, a 3-hit attack that carries you upwards with kicks. Down special is I forgot. Icicle Spear. It's a multi-hit ice version of Pikachu's
Mhm.
Thunder. Final
Yep.
Smash is Flash Freeze. Quick ices over everything. More damage the closer you are to Alola Ninetales. And then extra skill is what was it called? Snow something. Snowscape. A
Mhm.
can you just hold this down like Ice Claimers in DK's hand slap? This eternally?
I think so. I think so.
Okay. I agree with that.
Hmm.
Okay. That works for me.
Okay.
And
Cool.
that's that. That's the moveset. Cool.
We're done.
Well,
Oh shucks.
oh shucks. We'll hit unique traits first so we don't forget. I don't see anything here. Do you?
No.
Okay. It'd be kind of weird to
Well, we can
imagine
do the
Alola
talk.
Ninetales crawling or wall jumping. I mean, I guess theoretically it
What
could. Uh,
what is what sporty and aerobic things do you think it could do?
Nothing. It can run in a 5K.
Yeah. Play play some volleyball. Okay.
I mean, yeah, maybe it can at least do a headbutt, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever the move, Mystic Headbutt or whatever the hell it is in Pokemon.
Zen headbutt,
Oh my god. Yeah.
which it does
Zen.
know. The
Oh,
Elementos
Zen.
knows that move. So,
Yeah. There you go. Nice.
all right,
Uh
entrances. Kirby hat.
entrance Pokemon ball thing.
Yeah, I'm looking at what would be a good one because there's no like ice or fairy related ball. You could do. It evolves with Ice Stone, I believe. Yeah, it evolves with an Ice Stone. The Sport Ball. No.
What's
Uh,
the
that's only in the bug catching contest, so I would tell you no. Oh, White Ops could actually be the fucking park ball. That would have made sense.
yeah,
Oh well.
we can do it.
What ones would be
Um
look appropriate?
a crystal ball?
Could do Great Ball or Ultra Ball.
You could.
Luxury Ball. Premier Ball because it's all white.
Hmm. I like that idea.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm seeing the most.
Hmm. What is okay? Yeah, I kind of like the color typing. Like I would do great ball or premier ball myself.
Okay. I want to check the wiki to see if any other ones use Great Ball or Premier Ball. See
Hmm.
if I had anything else. Oh, Toxtricity uses the Great Ball.
There you go.
Does anything use Premier Ball? Meowth and Tandemaus use the Premier Ball.
Oh, God. Okay.
Does anything use
Okay.
the Ultra Ball?
Might
No,
be it.
nothing uses Ultra Ball.
Okay.
It does appear in one of the character poses made for Mewtwo, but that's it.
Mhm. Let's do it.
All right. Oh, so all Ninetales will pop out of an Ultra Ball.
There you go.
Sounds cool to me. Kirby hat?
Does Kirby get all of its tails?
No. First of all, its tails are a mess.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. um.
The usual.
Again, the usual. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else.
A weird skin cap.
Oh God.
That's the only way
Now
I
that you
know how to
mention it.
call those. It's like
Yeah.
it
Yeah. Yeah.
just looks like you're wearing a hat made out of their head. It's creepy.
Kind of. Kind of is. Especially when you put it that way.
I'm not wrong.
No, that's a very sporty hat.
Stop it. Animations, taunts, victory animations. What are we going with? I have one idea for a taunt where basically just like kind of like shudders and just knocks some like loose snowfall from its body.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm kind of leaning on to is like Ninetales again, it's a graceful Pokemon. It is based off of like Kitsune, which are very again, like very lithe and graceful mythological creatures. So I think you lean into that. Lean into the ice and lean into that. So that's a good one. I like that a lot. Maybe something where it shows how much of a mess of its tail it is, like it furls up. Like I'm thinking of how a Kitsune or a Ninetales would show off its tails. Um,
Okay, so like
yeah,
I can't think of
yeah.
the word
So
to
where
use.
it
Like
like kind of
opens up,
yeah,
furls out its tails. It's kind of like
right,
a
right,
threat.
right, right. Where it's kind of like leaning forward in a battle pose, like bowing down, almost
Mmm.
bowing forward, and then flaring its tail, something like that could be an idea. Um, yeah, and then it's also a dog, technically. You can do canine things, have it chase its tails around or something.
Yeah, yeah. It's a big fox.
You need to. Yep. And foxes are playful. There you
Yeah.
go. You learn that on your adventures with Jin Sakai.
Sometimes it's like I'm trying to pet you. Why are you running away? Come on. God damn it.
So those are ideas. Those are a couple ideas I had.
So was that two or did I miss a third that you said?
Um,
To chasing its tail and then the battle
no,
stance.
those are the only ones that I thought
Okay,
off the top
okay.
of my
I think those
head.
two plus the like shaking the snow off of its body, all three work as taunts easily.
I was gonna say, like, I think that's it. I think we've got it down.
Yeah, yeah. Those are all good taunts.
Hmm.
Victory animations.
Hmm. Um, so it uses what is it? Disarming voice, I think it's called.
Yeah, that's one of its moves.
So it could, in theory, like do some sort of howling thing. I don't know, like with the snow falling and I'm like, "Rrrr." um, but that's more wolf-like. Is my only thing.
Yeah, I did consider like
Yeah.
could do like some kind of a howl, but like, that's kind of wolfish.
Hmm. Um. Again, like what are graceful things that a fox does? God. Like leaping around playfully around patches of snow or something, or something involving a mound of snow or a ball of snow that's rolling, or just snowfall, something that uses snowfall and the serenity of this Pokemon, like it's walking towards you, or sitting and relaxing in the snow. Hmm.
So far, the only idea I've had is uh, it involves like having an Alolan Vulpix kind of like walk up. It's already close to Ninetales, but like walks up a little closer. Ninetales like bends its head down, kind of like nuzzles against the Vulpix, and then it just looks up into the sky, and you see Aurora Borealis in the background.
I like that. That's cool. Yeah, I was wondering if maybe we could use the Alolan Vulpix in some way.
Yeah,
That'd be neat. Um, God, my head almost wanted to using regular Ninetales in a victory pose. I think that'd be too much.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah. So the problem with having like additional models of
mhm.
things is
Takes up space.
it takes up space, and it's more often than not I don't think it works for most characters. Some characters, like especially like smaller things, work best, like a Morgana. But I wouldn't have put like Ryuji into Joker's victory animations. Like, no,
Morgana appears. I'm just kidding.
no.
Looking cool, Alolan Ninetales.
Mm,
Uh, um, yeah, it's hard to describe. I'm just thinking of like movements,
yeah.
with ice and snow, like weaving back and forth. The snow follows it, kind of like Elsa, but a fox, which we already said earlier.
So I'm see
Uh,
there are ideas to come to mind, like
mhm,
Alone Nintendo's like walking forward and like ice or snow is like forming under its paws on the screen. When it's like, okay,
mhm.
that's a starter, but what's the finisher? And I'm not sure how to finish the animation
What if you
without
have it
having a
walk
help.
forward? What if you walk forward like that, and then instead of being very like forward and celebratory, it walks forward with what you're saying, the ice effect, and then curls up in a ball and falls asleep.
So I was also considering like, should there be somewhere where it's like it falls asleep, or it's like, or it's waking up from being curled up asleep. But I wasn't
Hmm.
sure about it because I was just feel like it feels like there needed to be like an additional element.
Hmm. Right. Right. Um. Hmm. Could this be something that uses Aurora Veil in some way, or one of the other moves that we were thinking of using, a Blizzard, Dazzling Gleam?
I think you could have one where there's like there is a blizzard, but I don't know what the Ninetales is doing during this.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
This one's tough.
What was that?
I said this one's tough.
Yeah, yeah, it kind of is because we exhausted most of the moves that would work like in the move set, so there's not a whole lot more we can pull for the victory poses. We'd have to get very creative for these last couple ones.
I guess we could do something that's actiony.
Hmm.
And what's coming to mind, trying to come to mind is leap, ice beam, leap, ice beam. But
Hmm.
I'm nothing is sounding right. Like we have a lot of like half ideas, but nothing
Right, right.
feels like it's a winner.
Well, what if you utilize the snow in some way? Like jumping between pads of snow or something like that, or there is a mound of snow and snow is falling, and that's where it's sleeping or yawning on top of the mound of snow.
What if there is snowfall on the screen?
Mhm.
It looks just flat. Well, it doesn't look there's like not like flat, but like it doesn't look like there's anything hiding underneath it, but there is. And then you see a little Ninetales just kind of not necessarily like poke its head out meerkat style, not that, but it just like
Mhm.
kind of bursts out, stands up, and just like shakes it all off.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Good. Now what's the last one?
What's the last one? Yeah, yeah. Uh,
uh it creates a small snowball which it plays with like a puppy.
that did make me think of it. Seals balancing the beach ball on the nose.
Hmm.
A little
Yep.
Ninetales balancing a snowball on its nose.
Is this what we have become? Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
and then like it bounces it
Mm,
for like a couple seconds, and then like tosses it up into the air, and just kind of like faces kind of like sideways faces the camera a bit, just like opens its mouth kind of like a happy dog it's happy that it's getting to play.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that I can see that. Like for all of the grace that this Pokemon has, it also again it's a
It's a
fox. It
fox.
foxes foxes do play like that.
Yeah, good old Fox and the
I
Hound.
just oh oh yeah. Good old them. No, I do like that movie. It's also sad.
Yes.
Okay. Let's just yes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
We're gonna be here all night if we don't. Let's do it.
Yeah, I would also like to congratulate us for avoiding any exact matches to how Ninetales works in Pokemon Unite.
There you
I
go.
didn't
Okay.
realize it
Good.
was in it at first, and like after we picked our moves, it's like, oh, Ninetales in Unite. I wonder if we did anything similar. Like we have um Icy Wind, but it don't work the same
Mhm.
way.
That's the only move that we. Wow. Okay. Nice. Very good.
I mean,
That
it also
was
has like
like
other things, but yeah. So that's nice.
that was mildly difficult.
A little bit, yeah, but we're not done.
Nope.
It's home stage time.
Home stage time.
Home
Do
stage
we do
time.
the
So
Blueberry Academy?
why?
Because there's a polar biome where
I
it
mean,
lives.
if you're gonna do Blueberry Academy, you're gonna have all four biomes be in there, kind of like Pokemon Stadium swaps its
Oh,
types. I feel like
Mount Wanakila.
actually, yeah, Mount Lanakila is a strong option because it's from Alola, and it's where Alolan Vulpix can be found, and it's also actually in unlike like the thick tree thicket or whatever the fuck it was called for Spidops, Tag Tree Thicket, I think. Like Mount
Yeah.
Lanakila it's your victory road for the Alola
Hmm.
region. So
Hmm.
there's importance to
Oh,
that
cool.
location
Sick.
there. What
Yeah.
other locations can they be found in? I just want to double check that. Let's see here. Tapu Village, I don't think I would do that. Not for this. Uh, oh, and then the Alabaster Icelands in Legends Arceus.
Okay.
Those would
Yeah.
be the places.
True.
It's also in Kitakami for Gen 9.
Nice.
Or you could just pick like any generic ice location or a different important location from the Alola games. I think is
Hmm.
the better options. It's
Right. 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 I would kind of just go Mount Wanakila. I mean, it's important to the game and it's icy. That's my first inclination, anyway.
the only question with Netline Aquila, and I do not have a problem with this. I'm just bringing it up. Our only ice stages in Smash proper are all different parts of Icicle Mountain. Are we going to introduce our next ice stage as another ice mountain? I don't care. I just want to bring it up.
I think there are going to be ways that we can make it unique. I would be fine with it. If you want to do something else, I'm also fine with that. Like, I'm non-committal.
I mean, again, like my only other strong thought is the Alabaster Icelands, which I'm not married to. So,
Okay. Well, let's just go. What say you? Just whatever works.
all right, Mount Lanakila. Let's
Okay.
do it.
There you go.
And that's it. We made 2 full movesets live on the spot with random draw, Alolan Vulpix or Ninetales. Yep, and then Spidops. We got both good ones done.
Not crazy choices like in the past.
Yeah, not
Just a
anything
bit more grounded.
completely wackadoodle like last season. Dear God.
But that's the luck of the draw. I mean, we got our Spidops wish this time. Although Ninetales wasn't that bad. It's a popular Pokemon. Last year was a crazy like crapshoot. It showed those are the two sides of it. We now have perfectly normal, logical represented this year, and last year was chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
What will next year's bring us?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows what we'll do next year if we do this again, if we do Pokemon again, if we do Pokemon again, what the theme will be, because so far our themes have been a specific generation and specific types. And we could repeat those themes, or we could do completely different themes, like Pokemon that are playable in Pokemon Tournament or Unite, Gym Leader Aces. We could do ones that like have like a specific evolution method or specifically baby Pokemon. We have multiple options we could do for all kinds of episodes of this.
Yeah. We could do baby Pokemon characters. Baby Professor Oak, baby Giovanni, baby Wallace.
That's
Baby
better
Agatha.
than Baby Juan. I don't like Juan.
There you go. Baby Rayquaza.
That's 10% Zygarde. No, wait, no. Baby Rayquaza is 50% Zygarde.
Yep. Baby, yeah.
Yeah.
All of those babies.
Yeah. But, who knows? That's for about a year from now in the future. Or whenever we plan out the next season. Who knows?
And
We'll
here we
figure
are.
it out. But with that, this off-schedule episode of the podcast is done and over with. Next time in a week, because that's things. We're talking Xenoblade Chronicles, an on-topic episode. We've done a few where we just chit-chat about a specific Nintendo franchise and our thoughts and histories with them. And this time around, we're doing Xenoblade. And yeah, neither one of us played all the games. We at least know them mostly, except for X.
I am so tickled by this. I wonder what we will talk about specifically.
Probably Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you! Yeah. I'm into this episode. Goodbye, everyone.